Matt.
What's your surname, Matt?
I just do this for a sort of hobby, and like I say, I just go around doing this, so I tend not to give my name out all the time because people are always asking me. I just don't want it running.
Obviously, we just want to make sure nothing untoward's going on. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Well, there isn't. It's only pictures of the marked cars.
What's your surname, Matt?
Car pictures. Like I said, I don't want to give me surname out. I'd rather not. I'm only taking some pictures of the police cars.
As my colleague explained, obviously it's a bit odd you're doing like not.
It's not odd. Have you not seen on like YouTube and Flickr and stuff?
And not outside police bases.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've seen loads of videos of police cars whizzing down the road and stuff.
Yeah.
They're not coming out police bases.
If you go on YouTube and you Google any police station, you'll see videos of it.
Is that from you or from other people?
Well, no, from loads of people. Yeah, I do, but again, it's not something I give out because it's obviously you get people commenting on the videos and stuff, and it's just I sort of like keep it private for a small audience, just like family and friends and stuff.
Right from the start, the officers reveal their poor understanding of public rights by immediately fishing for details. Instead of assessing the situation calmly, they jumped straight to asking for the auditor's surname, simply because they find his activity odd. This approach shows a clear lack of professionalism and proper policing. Just because something seems unusual to them doesn't automatically justify demanding personal information. The problem here is that the officers are letting their personal discomfort dictate their actions rather than relying on legal grounds. In policing, something being unfamiliar or uncommon does not mean it's suspicious or illegal. Officers should be well aware that the right to film in public is protected, and being uncomfortable with it doesn't change that.
I've not got any problems with you videoing the cars, police officers or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I have said before, but all I'm concerned about is that you're videoing officers' private cars, which again, you know, we can't really stop you doing.
Yeah.
Because you just said that if those people were that way inclined, they would just simply come down here and do it themselves. So how do I know that's not what you're here for?
Well, that could be the case for anyone that walks past.
I think I'm perfectly entitled to stop and ask you what you're doing and why you would
Right.
do that.
Yeah, I know, and you have done, and I've told you. This is what I'm saying.
But we're trying to obviously make sure nothing untoward's happening.
How-
Giving me your surname.
How can anything untoward happen?
I mean, are you deliberately after confrontation with the police? Is that
If I was after confrontation with the police, I'd be giving you hell now. So, no, obviously not.
I've not said you're breaking any laws or anything like that. I've not asked you to stop. I've not tried to...
No, that, yeah, but if you say that I'm after confrontation, I'd admit, I'd like to say I wouldn't be being civil with you, I'd just tell you to bugger off sort of thing.
What the officer fails to grasp is that the auditor's willingness to explain his actions and calmly interact actually demonstrates the opposite of confrontation. In fact, the auditor is doing exactly what you would expect from someone who knows they're within their rights, being open, transparent, and cooperative. The issue here is that the officer's mindset is skewed by a preconceived notion that anyone filming police property must have malicious intent, rather than appreciating the auditor's civil approach. He immediately assumes hostility, simply because he's uncomfortable with being filmed. This kind of biased thinking is not only unprofessional, but problematic when it comes to public accountability. Officers should recognize that civility and transparency are not signs of confrontation, but rather of someone who is confident in their rights.
All I'm saying is, from my point of view, I don't understand why you would want a video. I mean, the marked cars, like I said, is fine.
Yeah.
Just making sure you're not videoing private officers' cars. That's all.
You can't make sure of that though, can you?
Well, all right, I can't stop you doing it. No.
Right, I've said I'm not going to. I've no reason to.
But you won't show me that you've
Well,
not been...
I'm recording at the moment. No, I can't stop my video. I give you my word, I will not get any, even if they're really nice cars, I will not put them on. And if there is any by accident, I will blur the number plates out. I'll do this with other people if they say, because a lot of them do have concerns about private cars and things. And I say, yeah, no problem, I can understand that. I can blur it out.
People that would want to maybe cause us harm and stuff like that, and you know, it's just not...
I get your concerns with it, yeah. But you've got my word, no private vehicles will go on the internet or anything like that, or not even on my own camera, regardless. It's just marked cars, that's all it is.
Okay.
Alright.
You won't give us your...
I'd rather not. It's just, I don't want it sort of going about all the time, every time I come and do some like videos and photos.
This moment truly shows how reasonable and transparent the auditor is being, despite not being legally obligated to do so. When the officer raises concerns about private officers' cars being recorded, The auditor goes out his way to reassure him. He promises that even if the cars are really nice, he will not include them in his footage. And if any happen to appear accidentally, he will blur the number plate. This level of consideration and cooperation goes far beyond what is legally required, and shows that the auditor is not trying to cause trouble or invade personal privacy. The problem here is that the officer fails to acknowledge or appreciate the auditor's willingness to compromise and be respectful. Instead of recognizing that the auditor is being more than fair, the officer remains focused on trying to justify his discomfort and still tries fishing for his name.
Have you had no one down at this one before doing videos and stuff or pictures?
So, I'll be honest, we have had people down here.
All right, yeah.
And sometimes these people are fixated people, so they may have mental health problems, they may be obsessed with the police,
yeah.
They may wish to do police officers harm.
Mm-hmm.
People's temper, people's mood can change, people don't like being stopped and spoken to. So this
I think you've worked that out with a pair of yous that I'm perfectly all right and I don't mind being spoken to.
I don't know you at all. I know the border police have stopped someone out here who was armed with a knife, and he had come down here specifically to cause harm to the police, which is why we're speaking to you now, to make sure you're not one of these fixated people who's going to do us harm.
Definitely not. Like I say, I've explained what I'm doing. I'm just here to take pictures and some videos of the marked cars leaving, and that's it. So.
Okay.
This response from the officer is incredibly telling and frankly disturbing. When the auditor calmly asks whether anyone is recorded at the police station before, the officer could have simply said, "No, we haven't had people recording here before." Instead, he immediately responds with, "We have had people down here before," but then takes in a completely different direction by saying, "Those people were fixated, may have mental health problems, may be obsessed with the police, and may wish to do police officers harm." This isn't just a bizarre leap in logic. It's an intentional attempt to associate lawful recording with dangerous behavior, rather than acknowledging that filming from a public space is legal and that auditors frequently do this across the country. He immediately draws comparison to unstable or harmful individuals.
Mate, but as you say, obviously the current climate we're in, obviously terrorism, especially right-wing terrorism as well. That's why we've come out to speak to you.
Right, it's you should be all aware you've had memos regarding people doing photos and videos. They're all over YouTube, so that's what I'm doing.
That's fine. Have you got your ID on them?
No, you're not getting me ID, you're not getting me details. No. And even if I did, you wouldn't be getting
why
it.
Is that, though?
Because you're not entitled to it.
Yeah, we just do this a bit more.
Was I alright with you about it, you two? I was perfectly fine, wasn't I?
You were perfectly fine.
Explained everything, yeah. I even helped the chap who got stuck in there. Got myself grazed knees, guys.
Yeah. So what's your first name? Sorry.
Matt.
Matt.
Yeah.
The issue we've got, Matt, is you travel all the way from north.
It doesn't matter where I've travelled from. It doesn't matter if I've travelled from. It doesn't matter if I've travelled from France to do it.
Road, I can understand why it brought you to here.
It doesn't matter. I could come here from 1,000 miles away just for the day and it won't matter. If I want to do that, I'll do
What
it.
you've got to understand, Matt, it's my job is to obviously confirm who you are and why you're here.
It's not your job to confirm who I am and why I'm here. No, it's not. It's none of your business, that.
The officer trying to frame travel distance as suspicious is completely misguided. Just because someone has come from far away doesn't automatically make their actions suspect or unlawful. People travel for countless reasons. Tourism, personal interest, or simply because they can. The officer's fixation on where the auditor came from shows a lack of objectivity and an attempt to grasp at straws to justify heightened suspicion. What's more concerning is how the officer seems to equate distance travel with intent, as if coming from another area somehow makes criminal activity more likely. This line of thinking is not just flawed, but borderline discriminatory. It's an attempt to escalate a situation that should have remained simple and straightforward.
Are you detaining me?
Sorry?
Are you detaining me?
Well, Matt, I'm trying to have a conversation with
Well, I've finished having a conversation. I've explained what I'm doing to these guys. Don't come down here and tell me I'm only allowed to come down and take pictures if I'm local or if I'm staying in a hotel, etc., or I'm here on Are you listening?
I think this is enough.
I think
He's not. I've been nice to you guys. I've told you what I'm doing.
not to be nice to these.
Right, no, he's coming up and he's demanding the ID and he's suggesting that I'm not allowed to do it, etc., etc. Have you got some ID, mate?
Like I've already explained to you,
If it's one,
we do get fixated people that do hang around the police stations and they do want to do us harm. Alright?
potentially
So
with a camera,
Yeah.
we've already been through this.
Yeah, we have. However,
I think so, yeah.
you've attracted another set of police officers' attentions, haven't you?
Yeah, just let me speak to these guys.
But if you speak to the uniform officers, because I'm speaking to my colleague.
Right, well, I was going to say, if you're going to detain me and search me, there's going to be a lawsuit because it's an unlawful detainment and an unlawful search. No, if she's going to detain me, then crack on. No, unless she's detaining me.
Okay, Matt, at the moment it's time for search section 1 place.
After all the explanations and the auditor clearly outlining his right, the officers still decide to detain and search him under Section 1 apace. This decision is not just heavy-handed. It's completely unjustified. Section 1 apace allows officers to stop and search a person if they have reasonable grounds to suspect they are carrying stolen or prohibited items. What makes this even worse is the context. The auditor had been transparent, civil, and cooperative throughout the entire interaction, clearly stating his intentions and even offering reassurances regarding private vehicles. Despite this, the officers chose to escalate by using stop and search powers without any credible suspicion. Filming police vehicles, which are public property in a public space, does not provide reasonable grounds to believe someone is carrying prohibited items. It's a blatant misuse of pace to assert control, rather than to address any genuine criminal activity.
The reason you're detained for a search is because we've seen you observing. You said you're filming cars, yet you're watching, after telling us you're filming cars, you're watching the passenger gate. I also suspect you might be the same person that's been, information has suggested they've been outside police spaces before. So I'm searching you for weapons. My name's PC Winkworth, I'm from Chadwell Heath Traffic Garage. In the search, you're entitled to a copy of the search record. Are you okay with my search by myself, or would you like a male officer to conduct the search?
No,
Excellent.
Same, my name's Peter McDarby. Unfortunately, I want
Just going to undo your top there. You've got a t-shirt underneath. Just going to feel around your waistband. I'm not dropping your pants or anything like that. Just feeling around it, okay? Could you turn around for me, please, Matt? Thank you.
Don't just turn it on.
Matthew, for future reference, when officers speak to you, if you just obviously give them all your details.
I don't have to give them me details, pal.
What I'm saying, Matthew, is it's better for you. So if you're
Right.
going to record outside police stations, just give them all your details.
I'm not going to be giving anyone my details. I don't have to. What did you say your name was again, or your number?
McDarby.
Right, you're going to be getting spoken to about.
This statement from the officer is absolutely outrageous and shows a complete misunderstanding of citizens' rights. After completing the search and finding nothing, just as expected, the officer tells the auditor, for future reference, when officers speak to you, give them all your details. This is not just incorrect. It's dangerous advice that completely disregards a fundamental right to privacy. In the UK, members of the public are not legally required to give their personal details to the police unless they are being detained under specific legislation, such as Section 50 of the Police Reform Act, or when driving a vehicle. In this situation, the auditor was filming marked police vehicles from a public space, an activity that is entirely legal and does not warrant personal disclosure. The fact that the officers found nothing during the search only proves that their initial grounds were baseless.
Unlawful search. It was. You will get retrained on this. You'll get told, you'll get brought up to date on the procedure for this.
I think you need to update yourself.
I don't need to, you'll be getting updated. What was your number again?
254-730 even.
Right, and you'll be getting retrained. And you'll be getting spoken to. No, this is serious.
It is very serious.
Right.
As my colleagues explained, in the current climate, we can't be...
The current climate, you need to stop using the current climate. You're going to get that took off you like... You are going to get that took off you like you did with the previous terrorism act.
Matthew, you work.
It's none of your business. Listen,
You're asking us questions.
I'm allowed to.
You're able to ask, and I'm able to ask you questions.
right, and I'm declining.
You're being difficult.
No, I'm being difficult since you searched me, unlawfully searched me. No, I wasn't. I've got it on video, love. It'll be going on YouTube and people will see how nice I was to them. And then they will see what tyrants you are.
You could have easily explained.
I'm not obliged to. I did. Did I explain why I was here? Bearing in mind it's on camera.
I've said yes, you did.
Yes, I did. So there you go. I spoke on this camera and I told you that I told these guys what I was doing. So don't say that I didn't tell you.
But then you could have offered them that information, that evidence.
I'm not obliged to.
No, I know you're not, but to be less difficult.
No, you don't just search someone just because your butt hurt. It's simple as that, and that's all it comes down to. Your butt hurt. You're upset. Your feelings are hurt because I won't give me details out. These two will be getting retrained and you'll be getting spoken to.
Thank you, I look forward to it.
Right, would you like to say anything to the viewers watching about your unlawful search? Section 1 of PACE you searched me on, yeah?
If I suggest if you just move on.
No, I will stay here all day if I want to, pal, and you won't do a thing about it. Alright?
Okay. Right, take
Right,
it, Matthew.
off you go.
Try to get one over, Matthew.
I won't. Say hello to you, say hello to your family and friends on YouTube, pal. The Tyrant. You're alright, I'm got no issues with you. I was alright with you, but he's a prat.
Right.
One of the biggest mistakes throughout this episode was how the officers jumped straight to demanding personal details without any real grounds. It's a classic example of officers fishing for information just because they didn't like being recorded. Instead of recognizing that filming marked vehicles is completely legal, he tried to paint it as something sinister just to make the auditor look bad. You're not legally required to give your details just because an officer asks, unless they have specific legal grounds. The fact that the officer made this claim after finding nothing illegal just shows how desperate they were to justify their actions. This whole encounter could have been resolved quickly if the officers had just respected the auditor's right to film and listened to his explanation. Instead, they let their biases and assumptions take over, leading to an unnecessary detention and search. The auditor knew his rights and wasn't intimidated. And in the end, it's clear that the officers just didn't know how to handle someone who wouldn't back down. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some love. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.